Today we solve a DSA question that was asked in job interview for software engineer role. So the today question is rotate an array elements using JavaScript. Like the rotation are two types, like left rotation or right rotation. So first we read the program statement. You are given an array of an integer, and in an integer k, your task is to rotate the array by k position. You must implement the solution using the different approaches, and the optimal approach is the reversal algorithm, like whichever in place or optimal method. For the rotation type, left rotation, each element of the array shifted to the left by one index and the first element moved to the end. This is the left rotation. In the right rotation, each element of the array shifted to the right side by one index. The last element moves to the front side. For you see the examples on the screen, like the left rotation, like we give the how many times we rotate. So like if k value, then we rotate the array k side, and we also give the rotation, right rotation example also. So there, to follow this problem there are different approaches, and if a optimal approach, that now we have reversal algorithm. So first we solve with the brute force approaches, that we use the JavaScript function to solve this problem. So the first approach is to use the inbuilt function. So let's go to the VS Code. For now we follow this question using the first approach, like this is the brute force approach. We use the inbuilt function in this approach. So first we can create a function name rotate array. Then in the function we can pass a array and a k, that how many time we rotate the array. Then we can first find the k value. So we can divide the k with the array length. We can divide them. Then we run a for loop. In for loop, the I initialize with 0 and I is less than the k value and the increment counter. The I can increase. Okay. Now we can, in this question we can like push the element and shift them. Like we can shift the element, like first we write the code, like first we can push the code, push, then we can do shift operation. These both are the JavaScript inbuilt function. So that's why the if you brute force code, because they are not optimal approach. So I can explain the code, like first we can find the k length, then we run a loop. In this loop we first shift the element, like the shift function run first, then the push function run. For the shift function can run, and they can shift the element, and the after the element shift, the push function run, and after the push the array are shift how many times the k length. Okay, so we return the array. Now run the function, it's working or not. Console.log, then rotate array. Now write the array input, like we write 5 6. Now how many times we rotate the k? So we rotate the k like 2 times. Okay, now this is the left rotation. Okay. So now we write a comment. So if you can download the code, you can easily understand. If you approach one, left rotation. Okay, now you run the code. So you see on the screen the input we can give the integers, and in the output they can shift by 2 elements. Okay, so the same process we follow it for right. So first I can copy then comment it, then for right rotation. Okay, right. So in this process we can do different function, like in previous code we used the shift function and push function, but for the right rotation we don't push the code. We can pop the code and we don't shift, we can unshift the code, because we do the rotation from the right side. So first we can unshift, then under the unshift we do pop operation. Now run the code. You see on your screen like the previous are the rotated by left rotation, and the recent output was a right rotation. So this is a brute force approach that we used. So there is one more approach. The this approach we also like for using the functions, but this is the different function we use to follow this problem. Then in the final we can follow using the optimal approach named reversal approach. So now the second approach, we like the same code, same function are used, we copy them, but we change the different logic of the code. Okay, so we remove the for loop from this code. Now what we do, like there was the first we find the length of the code, like create a variable name rotated, then we can splice with k, we can splice the array with k elements. Then concate can add, like connect two different array. This is the concate operation. Concate. Then under the concate we can splice the array using 0 to k. Okay, now return the rotated variable value rotated. Okay, now we done the code. Like you see on screen, the this approach we like we perform the left operation, like we give the positive value of the k element so they can perform the left rotation. There is there are even minor difference in left rotation and right rotation in this code. So like the left rotation we can give the positive value of k, and the right rotation the same code we use, but we do some minor changes. Like this is a right rotation, we use same function, but only we can negative the k value, so they rotate on right side. So you see the output of the code is rotated right side. Okay, right side. Like in the top function we use the fly function. So there are the minor difference in fly function. So in the both the left rotation right rotation we use the fly function. So in this also we use the fly function and run the code. Okay, now run the code. You see the output, they also rotated in right side also, like how they rotated in left side, they also rotated on right side. Okay, so this is our second approach to rotate the array with right side. So now we use the second approach to solve the problem. Like first we can solve using the push and pop method and the shift and unshift method. And the second approach we can use the JavaScript slice function. So this is the second, and the first we can follow the left rotation for them. So we take the same function we used before, because there is some minor changes in the previous code. So let's uncomment it. Then we can remove the loop on the function. Okay, and like we can first create a function, rotate array, pass the value, and then we can create a variable name rotated. We can give different name, like we can also give name like slice. Then we use, like letting slice is already a function, so we don't use the slice function, so we use sliced name. Sliced. Then we slice k. We can apply the slice operation on k and concate it to the slice and the particular range. So the range is the 0 to the length of the k. Okay, to k, and return this sliced variable value. Okay, so now run this code. So you see it, they can left rotated. Now we do the right rotation. There are some minor change on the right rotation. So we write the command first, right rotation, and in place of the k, you can give the negative k value. That's only the you can do to give the negative k value. So in this we can minus k and run the code. So they can give the right rotation. So you first you can see they can rotate on right side, not on left side. So this is, so we run the code and show the output, like they can rotate it. So the function are same, that's why they can show the code. First we can, like you see it, the previous function they give different output, and the function they can give different output. So this is the right rotation. Okay, also I can show the left rotation also. So this is the left rotation. Okay, so the left rotation, the values are rotate the left side, and right rotation, the value are rotating right side. So these both are the JavaScript function method. There are another method using splice method. So I give the third approach also. Then finally we can follow using the reversal algorithm. So we write the command roach third. In this approach we first take the code, because we don't rewrite the dry code. Okay, now in every code we can find the length. So length is find. Now let, in this code we use the spliced function of JavaScript. Okay, then we can splice the value 0 to k. Okay, then return spliced dot concate array. Different code like ar array dot concate dot spliced. Okay, concate spliced. So this is the right code. So now we run the code. So you see the array is rotated left side using spliced method also. So now we can also do the code for right side also. So we comment it and we write the comment right rotate. Okay, like there is this code is also for minor changes, only you can negative the key value and they can write it on the you once more time you can run the code. Like there is a two changes in this code, you can change the negative side and one more changes you can spliced and concate them with the array. So these two changes can rotate this on right side. So you see so the range is not from 0 to k, the range is only the negative. They directly cut the elements. Okay, so we can run the code, so they can rotate on right side also. So these all three are the, like you can say it, all three are the brute for approach, like inbuilt function approach. So we can write the final approach if the optimal approach that if you first the interviewer ask you question, you can give these approaches, and then if they ask about the optimized approach, you can finally write the code on the optimized approaches. Okay, now we follow the question using the optimal approach, the approach number 4. So I can write the comment. So first we write the function, we write this code from scratch for you easily understand, because this is the main logical function code. In this we don't use any function, any JavaScript function, so you can solve in any language using this logic. So first the name is rotate. So you pass array and the how many time you rotate. Okay, okay, now in this function first find the k length. So k modulo the length of the array. Okay, now in this function we use another function named reverse. We also use the JavaScript inbuilt function reverse, but we in this code we don't use the JavaScript function, so we write the reverse function. Function reverse. For this function take three input, first the array, then starting point name start, then ending point then end. Okay, so in this function we use the while loop. If start less than end, the loop is running on the particular situation. Okay, now if array of start and the array of end, if end equal to array end and array start, so increase the start and decrease the end. This small function is also question name reverse array, so you also know this also. So we write the function Now we use the reverse function. In fact, this rotate array function. So first we write array, then start with 0 and k minus 1. Okay. Now reverse, start with array k and in the ending of the loop and the dot minus. So this code is for the left rotation. Okay, left rotation. So there is one more reverse array, so with 0 and ar dot length. Like first you can rotate to the k position, then rotate after the k position, then finally rotate the whole array. Okay, now return the function, return array. Now console log it, folder log, rotate array. I give the input size, give the values, how many time you can rotate, and run the code. So you feed the code rotate 2 times. So this is the left rotation. Up there in this code there are minor changes. You can do right rotation. So the reverse function code is same. In the rotate function, the some code are same. So first copy this code, then comment it. Now for right rotation. Okay. Then only you can change the 2 lines on this code. Okay. For the last rotation, if the rotation of the array is important, but the initial 2 reverse rotation are different from the left rotation. Okay, so we rewrite the code like reverse, the array is same, they start from array length code. So now done this right rotation code. So you feed, they can also rotate on right side also, like we do the right rotation and also we do the left rotation. So this is the old. In this question we can cover many types of question, like the interview can ask question like you said rotate array by one place, rotate array with k element, left rotate, right rotate, and they also ask the in place rotation. For the optimal approach, this is the in place rotation. Like in this function, the time complexity and space complexity optimized, so you can rotate the array on the particular places, so there is no space occupied and the efficiency is also good. So this is the optimal approach, and the old approaches 3 before this approach are the inbuilt function approach of JavaScript. So this is the classical question. You can practice them. If you watching the video at this time, so like the video, or if you want more this type of video, then comment and subscribe Coding for Dev. Thank you for watching.